Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church. Good to be with you today. Time's moving right along. Spring's coming along, and it's just a wonderful time of the year. And I hope you're experiencing a great day. I really do. And if you're not, I hope maybe somehow, some way, God will minister your heart, and you will have a great day. This morning, I'd like to share some encouraging words to you from the book of Lamentations, as I've been doing this week, chapter 3 and verses 58 and 59. Here's what it says. Lord, you have come to my defense. You have redeemed my life. You've seen the wrong they've done to me, Lord. Be my judge and prove me right. You know, lots of us have experienced being wronged. I guess there's no end to how people can attack you, even when you're trying to do something good. And then if you get into a broken relationship, boy, it just seems like there's no end to what can be said. Maybe it's a friend to friend. Maybe it's a co-worker. Maybe it's a family member. I never cease to be amazed at how people can say ugly things about others and think it's okay. I guess in some sense of the word, it's their way of expressing their power over the situation or over the other person. I don't know. But when you're doing it, I suppose it feels good. I'm telling you what I think. It's my right to say what I want to say, is what I've heard some people use. And they come across very forcefully. They come across very self righteously. Some even say, God wants me to tell you this. But the result of whatever happens is it's almost always just ugly. And when you're on the receiving end, so oftentimes our first defense is to defend ourselves, try to rationally explain away whatever the accusation is, and somehow to turn the conversation around so that we're not the brunt of the anger. Now, I've been in those situations. I suspect many of you have too. They're certainly no fun, and particularly when you are unable to defend yourself. I mean, you use all the rational logic, you use all the truthfulness you can find, you use all of the rebuttal of point after point after point, and it doesn't change anything. People still come attacking. And sometimes they attack you for years. I know in some family situations, people have been attacking their siblings or relatives for long, long periods of time. And the passage today gives us some hope, if you will, gives us some strength. Here, the writer of Lamentation says, Lord, you have come to my defense, and you have redeemed my life. You know, nobody can out argue God. You really can't. I've known some people who were good in arguments. I knew one attorney. He was really good. He was one of these defense attorneys, and he could somehow, I don't know if it was training or it was just natural. He could really rebut almost anything anybody said. And I remember telling him, I said, Otis, you're a really good attorney. The day's going to come when you stand in front of God, and all of those skills won't do you a bit of good. You cannot out argue God. Well, I'd like to tell you that that was the magical thing that changed his life around, but I don't think it was. I haven't seen him for a long time, so I really don't know what happened in his life. Maybe somehow, some way, God took that and used it for something, but I don't know. But the point here is this verse is saying that God will come to our defense in those moments. Now, maybe we won't know it at that moment. Maybe it'll only be later. But we can be assured, for those of us who love the Lord, that He's watching out for us. He's protecting us. Even when we're being attacked, and even when all kinds of falsehoods are being said against us, and even when we are simply unable to respond and change the situation, God is still there and He's defending us. And it says here, you have redeemed my life. I went through a horrible experience and I was attacked viciously. And it was really ugly because the one who attacked me was the one that I had trusted for many, many years. And it seemed like everything that was said that I tried to defend, something else was said. There was a never-ending list of things that were said to I could be accused of. And during those moments, I felt so helpless. I really did. I just wanted to shout to somebody and say, "This isn't true." But it wouldn't have done any good because it wouldn't have stopped the attacks. Now I realize, years after the fact, that God was there. Now, I knew He was there at the time. I don't mean to imply that, but now I understand how He was defending me, even when I didn't realize it. And now, years later, the accuser, well, I don't know what their life has been like, but mine has been fantastic. And all of the people who cared about me and those who cared the most have expressed all kinds of admiration over these last few years that I never got before. See, when God defends us, it's the ultimate defensor. He will protect us. Maybe it'll take a little while to see it. Maybe it'll take a long time to see it. But if we are faithful to Him, if we are faithful to Him, we'll come out the victor. It goes on to say, you have seen the wrong that they brought to me. God understands what's going on, even when nobody else does, even when you don't. He says, be my judge and prove me right. When we are doing things from a sincere heart and a loving and gracious spirit, we're right. Don't care what anybody says. When you respond in love, you are right. May take a while for that to be seen, but indeed, it will happen. You see, God is in charge, even when we're not sure of it. And so, in your life today, if you're in a position where you're being attacked, respond in love. Don't fight with the same tools that the person or entity is fighting you with. Respond back with love and kindness and graciousness. I know from this world standpoint, that doesn't make any sense. But if you really want vindication, that's how to do it. Well, thanks for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you have a prayer concern or a need, let us know. We'll do everything we can as fast as we can to help meet your need. God bless you. I'll talk to you again.